All right, time stop 5:15. A lot of things we need to think about, Peyton.
It is, and I always like to remind people, Leslie, that heat is the #1 weather-related killer. We always talk about it, but oftentimes it gets overlooked because it's not as dramatic as tornadoes and floods and hurricanes, but it kills more people on average than all of those combined. So take it seriously. We are no stranger to the heat down here, but it's been just relentless this summer. Our temperatures have been near records. We've been in the 100s, which we don't do very often. And today I don't think we're going to hit 100, but we'll be in the upper 90s, about 98 degrees, 20% chance of rain. So most people don't get rain again. Now, Baton Rouge, the temperatures up there have just been blowing the records away. This is like their 5th day in a row of record highs over 100 degrees. Now, in the city of New Orleans, it's harder to hit 100 because we've got this big lake in front of us. We've got the Gulf here. We've got pop-up showers, sea breezes. So that's why it's so tricky to hit 100 in New Orleans. But we'll be close the next couple of days, and our heat wave unfortunately not coming to an end for about another 5 days or so. Heat index numbers today, upwards of 110. This is going to prompt a heat advisory. We're really start talking about heat advisory, heat warning. The heat warning is just a step above the advisory, but just know it's a heat alert, which means be careful out there if you have to be outside in it. Rain this morning. We got a few showers down south of Terrebonne Bay. That's about it. Not picking up in anything else that's inland, and I don't think we're going to see much today. We're unfortunately not going to have as much rain and clouds around as what we saw yesterday. We only got to 95 yesterday, thanks to some of that rain, cold air around the region. Now here's the pattern. Our big ridge is parked over Texas and Louisiana. This is where the worst of the heat is, right underneath it. We'll just stay mostly dry underneath it. And then your big storms are riding around the edge of the ridge. We call this the Ring of Fire. We call these ridge riders because they'll ride around the weakest part of that ridge, which means most of the storms are going to stay traveling over the same areas through the Midwest, Kansas City, St. Louis, Nashville, Birmingham, Atlanta, and they just continue to ride around the edge of the ridge. Now next week, that ridge will probably start to slide to the west some. I think that will allow a higher chance for storms by around next Tuesday and Wednesday, and that's what it'll do to our temperatures. It'll push us back down into the mid-90s rather than the upper 90s. We do still have a chance to maybe hit 100 here and there, but overall, I think most of our days are going to be in the upper 90s. Once again, it's just really hard to hit 100 degrees in New Orleans. We're not worried about the tropics. The water temperatures are scary hot. I'll be honest with you. We don't want them this hot. They are, but there's nothing out there at the moment threatening us. So at least through the next 7 days, nothing is going to be in the Gulf of Mexico. Now, there are some things we're going to watch long term, and it's these healthy tropical waves coming across the Atlantic. Don't be surprised in the coming days if we see this highlighted by the National Hurricane Center. That one right there is looking rather impressive this morning, to be honest. So I think the Hurricane Center will probably tag it maybe later today or in the coming days. We'll watch it long term, and by long term, like 10 days. So there's nothing to worry about right now. We can go through the next week or so just dealing with the heat. But it's a reminder, we're into August, we're into September. We're going to update you on the tropics. I know everyone always wants to know what's happening, but for now, there's nothing heading our way for at least another 7 days. We're going to just be hot. 100 degrees possible Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Maybe you're lucky enough to get a passing storm or two, but I wouldn't bet on it. I don't think we're going to see a ton of rain in the forecast over the next 7 days, or at least over the next 5 days. I'll leave you with your marine forecast. Not much issue out there over the next couple of days. Just going to be plenty hot, and the breeze is going to be variable anywhere from 5 to 10.